my name is Tone, and today we're taking a look at the Transformers Legacy Evolution Armada Universe Megatron. So here's his packaging. Of course, we got some really nice artwork on Megatron and some more of that. And then we got the Legacy artwork and the QR code if you need this, and the barcode if you also need that. But I feel like you can probably find this since this guy isn't an exclusive. And here is the back showing all the promotional images and all that good stuff. Onto the review. This incarnation of Megatron obviously comes from the 2003 show Transformers Armada, which honestly I don't really have to explain it because you could probably get a glimpse of my other two Armada figure reviews. All I can really say is the Autobots and Decepticons fight over the Minicons and Unicron appears. That was a spoiler, and I know it's a spoiler because most of you guys probably watched Armada at this point. Armada was a pretty good toy line, but most of the figures definitely deserved, like, actual upgrades. Now that we have an updated version of Megatron, how does this guy hold up? Well, the painting and sculpting on this guy is really good, not gonna lie. The engineering and majority of the tank mode is actually pretty dang good for what it is. Honestly, it looks more better than the Combiner Wars version. Although there are a few like empty gaps like right here and then obviously right there. Turret can obviously move up and it can't really do a full like 360 because it's limited, unfortunately. So that's unfortunate. Don't really have a problem with the visible head because the face is covered up, and it's pretty cool how the original toy, it had like a play feature. Also, forgot to mention, I think this color palette on Megatron works very well for him. I mean, we don't really see green Megatrons that much unless if it's G2. He can roll very well. This tank is pretty big, but what is definitely missing is possibly a Leader 1. Perhaps the Armada Galvatron repaint might include Leader 1, but who honestly knows? But for right now, here he is next to Sideswipe, and honestly, after watching Armada, I feel like we definitely need an Armada Wheeljack. With Shatterglass Sideswipe coming out, we're definitely getting Armada Wheeljack out of it. What can I say? Tank mode is pretty dang good, but the robot mode is even better. Alright, first thing you want to do, pull these panels up and untab these, and then you got one part of the leg, second verse, and then you can fold out his feet, or fold out the heels, and then you can fold out his feet, just like so. And then you can pull this up and then rotate his waist. And you got the leg done, and then you can fold out the shoulders and fold the chest down, and you got his face reveal, and you can fold shoulders down, and then it doesn't really lock into place, and then do the same thing and pull out the arms. You want to fold these back also, and then you basically are done with that. And well, you can remove it if you want to, but personally I'll leave it like this. And there he is in robot mode. Transformation is really simple, but I completely understand for the engineering of this figure, because this figure is really good in like every angles, I would say. This guy captures Armada Megatron a lot, and I'm talking a lot. And surprisingly, this is one of the Transformers that would constantly transform back and forth, since this is really easy to transform. And this is by far one of my favorite Megatron designs in terms of like TV shows and other media of Transformers and continuity. The details on this guy is really great. He doesn't have opening hands, but he does have a molded opening hand. Head sculpt is really fantastic, and these antennas are removable, which I honestly don't even know why, but I'd rather keep them if I were you, to keep the whole Armada Megatron aesthetic. I am really glad that Hasbro is keeping the trend of keeping Armada figures non-G1ified. Cause figures like this is a miracle, and I am very, very excited for the Armada Optimus Prime, and believe me, I pre-ordered that. But what's also a downside is that none of these Armada figures comes with mini-cons except for Powerlink's Hotshot. If we got a Leader 1 right now, we could do this feature. Alright, so you want to pull his chest up and then have the turret like this, and then you want to rotate it so that you could get this feature, which looks really, really cool. And dang, this looks really incomplete without Leader 1. Or you can do the armpit cannon, which that is totally fine, but if you fold the hands back, and you can have him with a cannon. But I don't think he really did this in the show, so let's just go back to armpit cannon. Forgot to mention this in tank mode, but he did have this like matte finish plastic, which is really good, especially because of paint chipping. Haven't really encountered any paint chipping by any means, but just a little heads up. The joints in his legs feel really ratcheted, but I kind of wish the splits on the hips are ratcheted, because without it, yeah. Most of the joints on this guy is pretty good. So we got a swivel at the head, maybe a ball joint, I don't know. Oh yeah, probably a ball joint. You can look up, or slightly look up, can look down. When trying to pose the arms, be careful because of that. Which, honestly, I kind of wish the whole thing was posable. Arms can move out, and he barely has any rotation because of the shoulders, which is honestly kind of a shame, but oh well. Bicep swivel, bend at the elbow, a wrist swivel. Also, I forgot to mention, he barely got any hollow spaces except for the foot and his arms. Well, I can pass the foot, but not the arms. He got a waist swivel, rotation at the legs, which is very ratcheted. Can move back this far. Obviously, he can do the splits, a side swivel, bend at the knee, and an ankle pivot. Honestly, posability on this guy is pretty good, but I'm not the biggest fan on the arm posability. I feel like most of the legacy leader classes that I got, they got like weird arm posability. Also, if you want him with the Star Saber, he doesn't really look good with that. He got a really good size compared to Armada Starscream, and these two go well together. We just really need Demolisher and Cyclonus and Thrust and Wheeljack. Hotshot. And Megatron. So overall, I really, really like this figure. Probably one of my favorite legacy figures from this particular wave, or just in general, for leader classes. My biggest complaints are the arm posability and the hollow spaces. And also the splits not being ratcheted. Not exactly like the entire arm posability, but like this problem. Honestly, kind of wish it could like lock on, but overall this figure is like perfect. One of the best Armada Megatron toys that we've got that isn't third party, and I'd honestly give this guy a 4.5 out of 5. That's how good he really is and how much I enjoyed like messing around with this guy, and I'm looking forward to more Armada stuff. And with that in mind, thanks for watching this video. Give it a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.